Hello, it is Dana with essenceofme.com for another FAQ video. And don't think that I wear like the same shirt every time. I'm recording a lot of these videos at once. Okay, this is a question about anxiety. People email me about they're nervous and they're anxious about going from having this freshly done style to having locks, or going to the big chop, or making that transition, and not in the going through but once it's done. And the first thing I have to say is it's real. Like, that feeling is real. I went through it. I was a hair diva, if you want to call it that. I mean, I did everything. I did braids, I did weaves, I did sewed in weave, I did glue in weave. I didn't do the lace front because they didn't have it then, but I did. And I used to have my hair styled. I had a standing appointment with my beautician every Saturday. I had short hair, long hair, Pocahontas hair. Did it. So when I decided to go natural, that was a change. It was a big change, and I felt it most when I did the big chop. When I went from, I had a weave, and then I cut my hair down and I left it like a little short style where I could still roller set it to transition, and you can see the scary pictures on the site. And then I cut it all off, and that was hard. It was hard and was difficult. In the chair, it felt great. Like, I felt so good. I felt like, woman, hear me roar, like all that good stuff, because it just felt good to get rid of it. Like, it was such a headache at that time, going through those phases. Like, it was just too much. But when I went home and I had to look at my husband and I had no hair, yeah, you could have bought me for a buck, because I was so. I think you have to look at what the anxiety is about. My anxiety had to deal with being comfortable with the way that I looked without the hair. It was being secure enough to have to still go around because I had thin sides and I always had them. And before, because of styling, I could cover it up, but there was no more covering. And I was subconscious about that. And I mean, I had to either decide to go with, I don't know, like worrying about what people are going to say, or feeling comfortable with the decision that I made and what I felt was best for me. And I felt that was best for me. I did talk with my husband beforehand, just because, it's a big change. Like, it's a big change. And so to you, I say, you can do it. Like, you really can do it. And when you're going through those phases, think about why you made the decision. For me, honestly, it should have been a no-brainer, but it was hard. Like, I was tired of the breakage. I was tired of all of the money I was spending on going to the beautician and on hair products. And I mean, I spent a lot of money. And when I made that final decision, I sat down and I calculated how much money I spent in 1 year on my hair. It was ridiculous. And I'm not even, I don't have money like that. So if I could sit down and look at, between going to the beautician, hair products, weave, everything from the needle, the thread, like all of the stuff, whatever that you have to buy, and the time. Most women of color know, if you go to a salon, you can walk in there at 6 o'clock. I had a stand-in appointment at 6 o'clock in the morning every Saturday. But I wouldn't leave till like 11, 12 o'clock. That was half of my Saturday gone, on top of paying money. And so think about why you're doing it. And the other part is, I just felt that locks are just beautiful. And I can't even say it was anything more than that, than just a personal choice. So why are you doing it? And it may mean that you have to find some sort of little crutch to kind of get you over. I mean, I tried doing the wig for a little while so that I could have hair, but it didn't work. Like, my scalp was like, no, we're not going for it. Like, I always itched. I felt weird, like I was scratching my hair all the time, and I just felt like I didn't feel as free like when I cut my hair off. So you can do it. I mean, I had to go to these professional environments with this hair, and I will never forget, I've been locking my hair for like 3 or 4 months. It was starting to grow. I was so excited, and I had a relative ask me, how do you walk around looking like buckwheat all the time? I was like, what? You know? Did she just say that? And she did, and people won't understand. Like, you're never going to please everybody, and this is one of those few decisions that is all about you and what makes you feel good and what makes you feel like you're at your best, and even what makes you feel beautiful. So you can do it. There will be anxiety. There will be times where, like, I would have one lock that would stand up and I felt like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. It was just crazy, and I couldn't do anything with it. Like, I would tie it down and I clip it down. So I just was like, whatever, I'm doing me, I'm doing them. So just make your decision, stand by it, know that it's going to get tough. But that's the great thing about documenting your journey in the beginning. You know, sometimes, like when I first did it, I did it for me, and then I just started sharing the pictures because people asked me so much. But taking the pictures helped me get through those hard times, because in the pictures I could see the progress that my hair was making, even though in person it was so awkward, it was so weird, it was uncomfortable. But I mean, this is years later, and I love it. I love it. So you can do it. If you have any other questions, visit me at essenceofme.com. Thank you so much for the questions that have been submitted, and I hope that this helps someone to take the next step in doing what you really want to do, and don't worry about anybody else. The truth is, the wonderful thing about locks is eventually they kind of get into their own groove, and you just be feeling it. So have a good day. You can visit me at essenceofme.com, and I'll see you on the next video.